Hi there everyone, today's video is all about electric cars and specifically the tax implications of having an electric car. So let's dive in and start off with benefit in kind. So assuming that this is a company car, you are driving an electric car owned by a limited company, whether it be your limited company or company that you work for. But the percentage, the benefit in kind for this current tax year, 21-22, is 1%. Now, next year, from 22-23 tax year, starting on the 6th of April 2022, that percentage goes up to 2%. Still pretty low. Percentage of the list price of the car. So very generous benefit in kind. No announcements yet as to what the benefit in kind rate will be after that tax year, but hopefully it'll still be pretty low. So if you have a van, what if it's a company van? Well, an electric company van, 0% benefit in kind. So what about employer provided charging points? So if there is a charging point that your employer provides at work, then the benefit of having that, there is no benefit for company cars, and also none if it's employee owned and the charging point is available for everyone. So if there's a charging point at your work and you have your own electric car and you're charging it at work, no benefit on that. So if you have an employer provided charging point that is at home, then that is taxable for employee cars. So if your employer has given you a charging point to have at home to charge up your company car, that is taxable, the actual provision of the charging point. But if the charging point is at work, that is not taxable. So capital allowances then, so this is the tax write-off on depreciation of the electric cars, assuming you are in control of the business that owns them. So 100% first year allowances for all vehicles. For your electric cars, immediate tax write-off in the year of purchase. Now, there's also a 130% super deduction for all vehicles except cars. So any electric vehicles other than cars, so electric vans, say, or anything else that is electric, that's not a car, you would get 130% deduction, so a super deduction. So let's say it costs, for ease argument, it's £10,000. Rather than have a tax write-off against profits of 10,000, it would be 13,000, because of that extra 30% super deduction. Vehicle charging points, so you're thinking with your employer's hat on now, you buy vehicle charging points for use at work, immediate 100% tax write-off on acquiring those charging points. So turning now to allowances, so mileage reimbursement allowances. This is how much you can claim for using the company car for business miles. I think most people are familiar with the 45 pence a mile, or 20 pence per mile, depending on how many business miles a year you've done. So for electric cars, though, it's not as generous. You only get 4p per mile. So 4p per mile for fully electric company cars. Okay. VAT, no VAT recovery on purchase of electric cars, unless, of course, you are in the business of providing somehow those company cars. That's part of your business. What I mean by that is not just used in your business, but your business is the provision of electric cars. So let's just say you ran a fleet of electric only taxis. That's when you could get VAT back. But in normal circumstances, in most circumstances, I would say 99.9% of all businesses are not in the provision of supplying those cars as part of the business, so you won't be able to claim the VAT back on buying the electric cars. What about leasing the cars? So if you lease an electric car, 50% restriction on car leasing costs. So you can claim half of the VAT back on the monthly rental payments when you lease electric cars. So just an overview there on some of the tax rules on electric cars. And I think the main takeaway is, if you're an entrepreneur, an owner-managed business, you're a director shareholder of your own company, one of the best things you can do to save tax all around, really, not just corporation tax, but personal tax, is to buy a company car that is fully electric, because you're going to get that immediate tax write down against your corporation tax. And not only that, but on the flip side, on the benefit in kind, where you would pay income tax on the perk of having the use of the company asset, the company car, that is very minimal. 1% currently, going up to 2% next year of the list price of the car. So if you like this video, please do subscribe right there, and I'll see you soon.